Ooh, boy, I love you so. Never, ever, ever gonna let you go. Once I get my hands on you.
So next up, we got the Green Bay Packers coming to the barren wasteland, the land of RoboCop, Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit Rock City.
Detroit Rock City.
Rivalry game.
This is a pretty tight rivalry back in the day. I got to go with the Lions on this because they're at home. Nobody wants to be in Detroit. It's scary. It's dirty. It's deserted.
Smelly.
Smelly. If you get into an altercation and you get shot, the police won't even come help you because there's no police left.
They're all
Just
left.
roving bands of bandits.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Green Bay Packers, they play in Lambeau Field, which is a very protected, it's like hollowed ground there.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling to Detroit, terrifying for anybody, especially a nice, pretty gentleman like Aaron Rodgers. You got to be scared. You got to be what's the term? Scared
to his wits' end. I have to disagree on this one. Green Bay Packers have dominated the rivalry, really. Lions won last time they were in Detroit, but historically, even in Detroit, Green Bay Packers, they got the Lions number. Because at the end of the day, the Lions are from Detroit, and they know it, and the Packers know that they can leave in 3 hours. Just want to get through this, get out of here, do their job, and get out of here.
Don't stop at stop signs.
Aaron Rodgers has got State Farm insurance. I believe they still cover stuff that happens in Detroit.
Next up, we got a team that we didn't think was going to do much last week, and they actually won, which shows how bad their opponent was, which is the St. Louis Rams, who beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. I still don't think St. Louis is that good. They have they lost their starting quarterback. They lost their starting homosexual, and now they're a team without an identity, and they're playing against Schmah boys who have something to prove after that first week loss. They played pretty well last week.
Good. Keenan Abdi was happy.
I'm going with the Schmah boys again this week.
I'll go with the Schmah boys too. Boy, I thought the Schmah boys did be pretty bad this year, but last week against the Titans, who are a terrible team, they looked really good.
Yeah.
I think they'll look even gooder against the Rams, who are not good.
And finally, next we gotta address this. This is something I didn't want to, I don't even want to say it out loud. The Oakland Raiders are coming to New England to play the New England Patriots. Cheatriots. I don't even like hearing my voice say it out loud, but I have to pick the new. I have to go with new.
It's gonna be okay.
We'll get through this. Next up, Minnesota's going to New Orleans. New Orleans hasn't been that good this year. They're 0-2. I don't know what their problem is, but Minnesota just got smoked by the New England
Cheatriots. No, wait, Adrian Peterson might play.
No, Adrian, he's
not going to play.
He's not going to play. They found out he beat another kid 4 years ago in a car with like a car seat or something. So he's done.
They're done.
You just can't beat that many kids.
No, you gotta
limit it to just like a few.
be discreet.
I know. Be discreet about it. Make it look like an accident or something. Stop the car real short so the kid's head hits the back of the seat. Knocks a little sense into him.
Hot sauce.
Put hot sauce in his baby bottle.
Texas Pete's.
Texas Pete's right in the bottle, in the sippy cup.
Frank's Red Hot.
You know, he'll think twice about next time he decides to do whatever it is that Adrian Peterson's son did, which I assume was just be rich and not adhere to his dad's lunatic philosophies on parenting. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with New Orleans on this. I've been burned twice already.
We both
By
been
New
burned
Orleans.
twice. We
Don't
thought
burn me
no way New Orleans could lose against the Falcons. And then last week, no way they could lose against the Browns.
Don't burn me again.
I will not pick the Saints again if they burn me again.
Drew Brees, I will come to your house and I will cut a branch off a tree and I'll teach you a lesson.
You heard it here, Drew Brees. You're a former Charger, so that's enemy territory.
And
You'll always be an enemy of Raider
I
Nation.
got you in my fantasy league too, so this is starting to fuck with my life in many ways right now. Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, don't make us whack your knees.
This is pretty good.
Hey, yeah.
Coming up next, Houston Texans head to New York to the Meadowlands to take on the Tim Hoffman-led New York Football Giants, who just look terrible right now.
Bad.
I don't even know. Early in the week, I was going to go with the New York Giants just because, like, how much more can happen? Like, they got to get their shit together.
They got to win some point.
But I don't think so. I think Houston isn't as bad of a team as they were statistically last year. I think they were a
It was
decent
a
team
bad
last year.
luck team.
They had a lot of bad luck. They had a lot of injuries. They had a lot of shit go down. I think they've been a good team. Aryan Nation or whatever, he's been running around like wild man out there, scoring touchdowns and stuff. So I'm going with Houston.
I agree with you. I was on the fence, thought about picking the Giants, but the Giants are going to win eventually. Only two teams have not won games. They'll win. Bold prediction. They'll go at least 1-15. But this is not going to be the one. I think the Texans, every year there's this team that comes out of nowhere and goes 3-0, 4-0, and everybody's like, is this team good? And then they lose their next 6 games, and they're like, nah, maybe not so much. I think that this year that team is the Texans. All right, another rivalry game as the Washington Red Hot Dogs travel to Philadelphia at the Lincoln Presidential Field.
Why don't they just go with that as a name? The Washington Red Hot Dogs.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe the Washington...
Tie it in with the product.
Tie it in with the product. Maybe like Washington red-skinned peanuts. So like you can, the old conservatives that want to denigrate Native Americans, they won't raise as much of a fuss if it's the Washington red-skinned peanuts.
You don't even gotta really buy new uniforms. You just add to what you already have.
Right. That old offensive caricature, it can be easily be turned into a peanut.
Yeah, you just
Get rid of the ponytail.
get rid of the ponytail and you just fill in the eyes, and then you just add some stitching.
Yeah, some
Peanuts at the bottom. Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. So they traveled to Philadelphia, classic rivalry game. Mark Ripien, Randall Cunningham. Philadelphia, Buddy Ryan.
Randall Cunningham not only brought a third, but also a fourth dimension to football,
Absolutely.
as it says on his autobiography.
That was a good book. I read that book. I like
It
that.
was Still Scrambling by Randall Cunningham.
Check it out at your local library. But Philadelphia had a pretty good come-from-behind win on Monday Night Football this week, which we saw part of before we got thrown out of the Silver House Tavern.
Yeah.
And then Washington beat up on Jacksonville Jaguars, which was, I guess, mildly impressive. So, yeah, This might be a little bit interesting. Emphasis on a little.
Yeah.
But I like Philadelphia, of course. Kevin Cobb. No, who's their quarterback?
For
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte.
This is also the what is it? The LaShawn McCoy Bowl.
It is the LaShawn McCoy Bowl. We'll find out who the real McCoy is.
Yeah.
On Sunday. I like Philadelphia. It's going to be a good one. These rivalry games. It doesn't matter if one team's good, one team's bad. They know each other inside and out. It's like me and Lon Marvin. Just when we get into our fist fights, like Black Friday last year at Walmart, it's pretty intense.
That spilled all the way over to Target.
It spilled all the way over to Target, exactly. All the way across the highway, the main mall, past the Christmas tree shop.
Yeah.
And we really wanted that Duck Dynasty Season 5 box set. It didn't have to happen,
no.
But I'm glad it did.
Yeah.
Philadelphia. Who you got? Did you pick Philly too?
Yeah, I picked Philadelphia to win this one. Who we got next?
Well, up next we got another rivalry game, divisional rivals. The clash of 0-2 teams. One team everybody thought was going to go 0-2. One team...
I had it at 2-0 by now.
2-0, yeah, 2-0 maybe?
Yeah.
One team's definitely a more impressive 0-2. Indianapolis lost to a very good team from divisional rival of the Raiders. And then they lost a close one. Who did they play against last week? It was right after the Raiders lost.
Philly? Oh,
Philly.
Let's see.
They lost to Philly.
We got it written down right here.
They lost to Philly. Philly had to come from behind.
On Monday night. That was good. We got
thrown out of the Silverhouse Tavern.
I don't remember much.
Don't remember much.
I got hit pretty hard in the head. And I remember throwing up in a cab. And I'm pretty sure George Ham was driving the cab. And I think I might have pooped in the cab.
You pooped in the cab? Oh, it stunk so bad.
I don't even...
We had to leave the cab off Route 302 in Wyndham. It smelled so bad.
Yeah, we just walked the rest of the way.
I hope Amy doesn't get in trouble for this, but
Nah, you just Febreze it.
yeah, just Febreze it. Come back the next day. Yeah, we left it at Route 302 in Wyndham. Oh, that was a good night. Besides getting banned from the Silver House, Sweet Marie's going to be pretty upset when we can't go to karaoke there next week.
I'm pretty sure I'm just going to shave my beard and go back on Monday and see if they recognize me.
That sounds good. Maybe I'll make a fake beard out of your old beard.
Yeah.
And go in.
You'll wear a fake beard. I'll get rid of this beard. I'll wear sunglasses. You won't.
Nobody will notice.
They ain't going to figure it out.
We'll be doing Jello shots there in no time.
Silver House Tavern. They're all drunk anyway. Don't matter.
Don't matter. Well, okay. Indianapolis and Jacksonville. We got to pick the game eventually. I think this one's pretty cut and dry. Indianapolis, it's bad luck.
You got to go with Indianapolis.
Tough early schedule.
They can't lose. They can't go 0-3. A team that was close to being in the Super Bowl last year.
Absolutely.
They can't go 0-3, especially against Block Bottleman and the Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, Brock Bottleman, they should put him in this game. Who are you going to... You just keep handing the ball to some known loser like Chad Henne.
Yeah.
You got Brock Bottleman, a young stud. Let's see what Brock Bottleman's got. The Raiders aren't afraid to abuse their rookie quarterback.
Oh, no, the Raiders have ruined Derek Carr's confidence for the rest of his life. That dude will never excel in anything ever again. So get rid of Chrissy Hemme and throw fucking Block Bottleman out there.
Throw it out there. That's what happened with Peyton Manning. I think Peyton Manning had Buffalo Jones as one of his offensive linemen his rookie year.
Yeah.
we're back. We got a very unnecessary phone call from Abbey Road Taxi. But we're back.
We're in some trouble.
We cleared our name for now, I think, but the Wyndham Police Department's gonna. Let's get to our next game.
Can they DNA trace poop?
We'll talk off camera.
Alright.
We got a big NFC West rivalry game as San Francisco 49ers Colin Kaepernick heads to the University of Glendale Stadium against the Arizona Cardinals in a big matchup. This is another one of the good games this week. Who you got, Joe?
I got Colin Copernicus and the San Francisco 49ers eking out a victory.
Squeaking it out.
Squeaking it out like a fart at a wedding.
Like a fart at a wedding.
But I don't see him putting up, big deficits. But I think they're a little pissed off from losing last week. So I think Copernicus will get out there and do what he's got to do.
Do what he's got to do. I like the Cardinals. The defense looked strong the first 2 weeks. San Francisco's better offense than the New York Giants or the San Diego Chargers, but they look good, especially if Carson Palmer is back this week rather than Drew Henson quarterbacking for them. I really like the Cardinals this week. They look good. They're not going to be the most impressive, most flashy team, but they're going to grind out a lot of 23-17 type wins. It's grinders.
Yeah.
I think the Arizona Cardinals can squeak out a victory here. Next up, we got Andy Reid, Big Andy Reid, the best walrus mustache in the NFL since Mike Holmgren, coaching his Kansas City Chefs, the Kansas City Queefs, going down to Pro Player Stadium in
every week.
Miami Gardens, Florida, to play the Miami Dolphins in a late game. It's a West Coast game, but it's played on the East Coast. I'm not sure why. Maybe the Marlins have a game there earlier on. They pull a double duty.
Probably hurricanes or something.
Hurricanes, things like got to push the game back to 4:30.
Or just everyone's doing coke.
They got to detain some Cuban immigrants.
Yeah.
In the stadium at 1 o'clock.
But they'll
be out by 4:30.
They all do coke until about noon, and then they got to take a little nap.
Disco nap.
Just a little disco nap to recharge the batteries, and then they come back out raring to go.
Ready to play the Queefs.
Ready to play the Kansas City Queefs. Me and Ron both have to agree on this one that the Miami Cocaines will win.
Ryan Tannenbaum, I think.
Pitbull.
Former Pitbull.
Home of Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
The Rock.
Home of...
Two Live Crew.
Two Live Crew.
My band Hinges was supposed to do a song with Two Live Crew, but I'm going to save that for my book. A rock rap collaboration with Two Live Crew. It's a good story. We got thrown out of Don Shula's Steakhouse. Banned for life.
Yeah.
Just like Abbey Road Taxi.
Just add it to the list.
Me and Luke. Oh boy, I like Miami too. Super Bowl rematch.
Next, we got a rematch of Super Bowl, whichever one it was last year. Denver heading to Seattle to play in Seattle, the loudest stadium in the world.
Probably, yep.
Against the Seattle Seahawks. Denver right now is 2-0. Seattle got shocked that way,
Like the sexual.
like the sexual hand gesture by the Slam Diego Chargers last week. So they're 1-1. I don't think that they'll go to 1-2.
No, they won't have a losing record.
I know that Denver's going to come in there with a lot to prove. Wes Welker is back off of Molly, so he's able to play. Matt Prater still can't play because he had a couple of cold ones at his house while on probation. So Denver's still not where they should be. They're not at 100%. But Seattle, they're not going to lose 2 in a row, especially against a team that they dominated so fiercely. Yeah.
I think it won't be as much of a blowout as the Super Bowl. That Super Bowl might have been the worst Super Bowl since the Raiders lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl back in 2003. But I did get some satisfaction in seeing the Denver Broncos get their butts kicked.
We got a
Sunday
final
night.
Sunday night game, 8:30 p.m. on what is it, CBS, ESPN, one of the
ABC.
It's on UPN. Tune in to UPN at 8:30.
Right after the Homeboys from Outer Space.
Right after Moesha.
The Adventures of Desmond Pfeiffer.
No. Pittsburgh Steelers, the terrible towels, are going to be heading on in to Carolina.
Charlotte,
home of the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Woo!
To basically get their asses handed to them
It's not going to be pretty.
by one of the toughest defenses in the league, if not the toughest defense in the league.
One of the best.
They got rid of Tom Hardy for beating on his wife or girlfriend, and they're still the best defense in the league.
Fierce
defense. When you can cut a guy for beating him up on his wife, and you're still that good and still that dangerous, and you're like, we don't even have all of our domestic abusers here today. We only got a fraction of them.
Only half.
And we're still the best defense in the league.
They're the defense I wish Oakland had.
Yeah, and they got Superman at quarterback. This is gonna be over and done quick.
It's going to be over by, partway through the first quarter, which is good because we can watch the WWE pay-per-view. That's on Sunday too. So
So it's going to be very low scoring.
it's going to be very low scoring.
It's going to be like 9-7, as most Carolina games are.
Going to be another grinder.
Another grinder. We're going to be getting our belly full of grinders this week.
Yep. Not Subway though.
No, not Subway.
Good old-fashioned local grinders.
Blimpie.
Blimpie. I miss Oh man. Heading over to the pizza joint and ordering some grinders and a pizza.
Monday!
Bum, 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 bum.
Dun 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 dun.
Do, 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 do. Do.
Who do you think they'll have open up and say, are you ready for some football, and start the whole thing up?
Well, they're in New York, New Jersey. Maybe they'll have Chris Christie do it.
I was thinking Chris Christie or who's that other guy from New York?
Joe Piscopo?
Yeah, Joe Piscopo out there asking us if we're ready for some. I mean, we are. We're watching it on a Monday night. We're tuned in.
Right.
For a matchup of a couple teams that have been
Hot and cold.
lukewarm, if you will.
Hot and cold, lukewarm. Like the food bar at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, like when you get a taquito at 3 o'clock in the morning after a night of limeritas and strange kisses.
Abandoned taxi cabs on Route 302.
And it tastes like it was warm at one point, and then it got cold, then it got warm again, and now you're facing its second cold front. That's the worst kind of taquito. But
It's like finger banging an Eskimo.
yeah. Bears Jets, like finger banging an Eskimo.
Two teams very inconsistent.
I'm gonna have to go with the Bears on this because I hate the Jitterbuckers, and I think Chicago. I've always had respect for the Chicago Bears, mostly because of SNL sketches.
Yeah, well, I gotta go. Yeah, it's gonna be the Bears. The Bears are gonna win. The Jets, I don't think they're very good.
No,
They're not good.
no, I don't think Geno Love is all that good.
They beat the Raiders, but they lost to some team that they were playing. Who were they playing last week? I don't know. It was a long weekend last week.
Yeah.